So as of now, we confirm that our operation region is saturation. So we have taken the saturation region equation. Now substitute the parameters whatever we have. It is given that ID is 80 microampere. Isn't it? In the question, it is given that ID is equal to 80 microampere. See, ID is equal to 80 microampere. So that parameter you can substitute. Instead of putting ID, we can write 80 into 10 to the power minus 6. Why you have put minus 10 to the power minus 6? Because given current is microampere. So we have to convert this microampere into ampere. So you multiply by 10 to the power minus 6 is equal to half Kn dash. Kn dash is 200 microampere per volt. What is Kn dash? Kn dash is nothing but mu n into COX. Yesterday we have gone through this parameter, isn't it? So instead of putting Kn dash, you can have 200 microampere per volt square. Again, it is microampere, so we need to multiply with the 10 raised to minus 6. Next is W by L. W by L is width to length channel ratio. Width to length of the channel, that is nothing but aspect ratio. So aspect ratio also you have in the question. That's W is 4 micrometer and L is 0.8 micrometer as per the question. So you can substitute for W and L, and if you convert into meter also it will get cancelled. Isn't it? 10 to the power minus 6 will cancel from numerator and denominator into VGS minus VT. VT is 0.6 given in the question, the whole square. Now you can solve this. The solution method I already put in the WhatsApp yesterday, and you might have gone through that. And from this, you can solve this VGS. How you will solve? By simple mathematical operation. You can take 2 and point it to left side and rearrange this, taking square root on both sides. You can solve for VGS. Understood? So this you need to thoroughly practice. Now you have VGS in your hand. Now what you will do? You need to find VG because VS you already know. Vs you already have. Why? Because source is directly grounded. So Vs is 0. Now we are going to find Vg. How we are going to find Vg? Because Vgs is Vg minus Vs. What is VGS? VGS is the voltage between gate and source. Okay, VGS is the voltage between gate and source, which is equal to VG minus Vs. So instead of putting Vs, you can have 0. So VG minus 0 equal to 1 volt, which means VG equal to 1 volt. So now we have solved for VG. That VG is equal to VD as well. As per this question, VG is equal to VD. Why VG is equal to VD? Because I have connected the gate and drain together, isn't it? I have connected gate and drain together. So whatever I have got for this gate voltage, that will be going to same as VD. That is going to be same as drain voltage. Okay. So as of now, we have solved VG equal to 1 volt. So this parameter is going to be same for the drain voltage also. Means the drain voltage is also going to be 1 volt. Understood? I'll repeat for the latecomers. Please, here you are going to find the resistance value R. What is that? Here you are going to find the resistance value R with the given specifications. What are the given specifications? You have the value of ID given in the question, then W by L ratio is there, then VT is there, mu n into C naught X is there, everything is there. Okay, so based upon that, you are going to solve. So first thing we need to check is our condition whether the transistor is operating in saturation or triode. For that, we are going to check this particular condition: VDS greater than or equal to VGS minus VT. What is VDS? VDS is VD minus VS. But here VD is equal to VG. Why VD is equal to VG? Because from the circuit, the drain is, this is the drain, this is gate. So both drain and gate are connected together. So this voltage is equal to gate voltage. So instead of putting VD, you can write VG. So instead of putting VD, I have written VG. Now simply by comparing this left side and right side, it is understood that this is higher, isn't it? This is bigger. Why this is bigger? Because here you are subtracting 0.6. If you are subtracting 0.6 from the right side, the right hand side is going to be very less and the left hand side is going to be very large. So definitely the condition is satisfied. So now we can confirm that our region of operation is saturation. Okay. Now we will go for the equation for saturation. Already I have told yesterday, and you have substitute all the given parameters. ID you can substitute. ID is 80 microampere. Micro means you need to convert it. Kn dash is also given. W by L is also given. So everything you can substitute. VT is also given. And in the WhatsApp, I have mentioned the steps how we can solve for VGS. Likewise, I solved for VGS, that is 1 volt. Okay, so once you get VGS, now you can solve VS. No, sorry, VG. Why you are going for VG and why not VS? Because VS we have already know the value of VS. VS is 0. It is given in the circuit diagram. The source is directly grounded. So from this you can solve for VG. Okay. Now VG is 1 volt. That is going to be same as VD. Why VG is equal to VD? Because gate and drain is shorted. Now I'm going to find the value of ID. R. Okay, we are going to find the value of R. So how we are going to find the value of R? By observing the circuit, you know that R is connected in between the supply terminal and the drain terminal. Okay, so what is the potential difference across this resistance? The one end you are having VDD, the other end you are having VD. So the potential difference is VDD minus VD divided by current. Isn't it? According to Ohm's law, resistance is nothing but potential difference divided by current. So potential difference is VDD minus VD. VDD is going to be high because you can see from the circuit, ID is flowing from VDD towards drain to the ground. Isn't it? So the potential difference is high voltage minus low voltage, that is VDD minus VD divided by the current ID, that is nothing but your resistance R. Okay, so write that equation. R is equal to VDD minus VD divided by ID. VDD is given in the question, the 3 volt minus VD is given. I mean, VD we have sold. How did you sold? Because VG. VG you got, isn't it? You got VGS 1 volt, that is going to be same as VD because gate and drain is shorted. So VD is again 1. So 3 minus 1 divided by ID is given in the question 80 microampere. So simply by putting in the calculator, you will get the answer in ohm. So just you have to convert that ohm into kilo ohm. How we are going to convert ohm into kilo ohm? Just divide by 1000. Okay. So you will get the answer 25 kilo ohm. Understood? I'll repeat. We are going to find R here. How we are going to find R? By finding VD. How we are going to find VD? By finding VG. How we are going to find VG? By finding VGS. Okay. To find VD, you are going to find VG. To find VG, you are going to find VGS. To find VGS, you need to write this equation. To write this equation, you have to check the condition. Only after verifying the condition only, you are going to write this particular equation and solve VGS. Once you have VGS with you, then you will get VG as well as VD. After knowing VD, just by putting in the Ohm's law, you will get R. Any doubts with respect to this question? Now I'll be moving to the next question. Hope you have understood the previous question. Hope you have understood. Now try to read the next question and try to understand that next question. Example 4. Just a small difference in the circuit diagram. The connection between gate and drain. In the earlier circuit, you have connected this gate and drain. This wire was here only, isn't it? Now what I have did is I have connected this gate terminal to the supply point. Instead of connecting to the drain terminal, I have connected this gate to the supply point, that is VDD. So whatever I have given, that is plus 5 volt, that is appearing here as well. Okay. If you're short circuiting two terminals means one terminal which is having one voltage, that is going to appear on the other terminal also. Okay. Since it is given that here VDD is 5 volt, that 5 volt is coming to the gate voltage, I mean gate terminal also. So the gate voltage is nothing but it is equal to supply voltage, that is plus 5 volt. And it is also given in the question VD is 0.1 volt. See, to establish a drain voltage, so 0.1 volt is given. So drain voltage is given 0.1 volt. So for that we need to design the circuit. Design means that you have to find the unknown parameter. Can anybody tell what is the unknown parameter here? What is the unknown parameter here? After observing the circuit, what is the unknown parameter here? Can anybody tell?
RD.
Yes, good. So you are going to find RD. Okay. So to find RD, what you have to do, just think to find RD, what you have to do. RD is potential difference by current. What is the potential difference here? What is the potential difference here? Because unless you think, you can't do this. So try to think and answer. VDD, at one particular one point you have VDD, at the other point you have VD. So what is the potential difference? Potential difference is VDD minus VD. Since see RD have been connected between VDD and VD, isn't it? So you're going to subtract these two voltages divided by current ID. That is nothing but your RD. But in the circuit you have VDD, you have VD also. The two voltages it is given in the question directly, but you don't have ID. Understood? That is the difference between the previous question and this question. Okay, in the earlier circuit diagram or in the earlier problem, you had ID with you, but in this case, you don't have ID. So you have to solve ID initially. After finding ID, only you are going to find RD. Understood? Because to find resistance, you need a current also. Voltage divided by current. Now, how you are going to find ID? For this, again, we need to check our condition of operation. The condition is you're checking is VDS greater than or equal to VGS minus VT. As you can see here, VDS is nothing but VD minus VS. VGS is nothing but VG minus VS. So you can cancel VS from both the sides. And from the circuit diagram, it is given that VD is 0.1. Okay. It is given that VD is 0.1 minus 0 because Vs is 0 only. Source is directly grounded. Greater than or equal to what is Vg? Vg is 5, isn't it? Because VDD is same as Vg. 5 minus 0 minus Vt is given in the question 1 volt. 5 minus 1 is 4, 0.1. Is 0.1 is greater than 4? Is 0.1 is greater than 4? No. 0.1 is less than 4. So that condition is violated. So now you can't write VDS greater than or equal to VGS minus VT. So you have to rewrite this condition. Instead of putting greater than or equal to, now you have the condition VDS less than VGS minus VT, which means this particular circuit is not operating in saturation. Instead, it is operating in which region? It is operating in triode region. So clear? Previous three problems it was confined to saturation, but now it is operating in triode. Why it is triode? Because VDS is less than VGS minus VT. So I have to write the equation for triode. Yesterday I taught two equations for you. One equation was for saturation, second equation was for triode. So from that you have to take the triode region case and write the same equation here. Okay, you just by heart those two equations. Now you are going to find ID because in this question you don't have ID. Unless you have ID, you can't solve R. You cannot find RD. Okay, you cannot design your circuit. So you have to find ID because in this question ID is not given. So you are supposed to solve this ID by using all the parameters given in the question. And what are the parameters? You have Kn dash W by L. What is Kn dash? Let me see what's Kn dash given in the question. It is given that Kn dash is 1 milliampere per volt square. Okay. So 1 milliampere means you have to convert into ampere. So 1 into 10 to the power minus 3. And what is W by L? What is W by L? W by L is, okay, sorry. Kn dash is given Kn dash W by L. Understood? It is not splitted. The whole term is given. Kn dash W by L is 1 milliamps per volt square. So it is quite easy for you. Okay. So instead of putting this entire term, that entire term can be replaced by 1 milliampere per volt square. So this entire thing you have replaced as 1 milliampere. 1 milliampere is 1 into 10 raised to minus 3. And what about VGS? What about VGS? VGS is 5, isn't it? How VGS is 5? Because VGS is VG minus VS. VG is 5. What about VS? 0. So 5 minus 0. Why it is 0? Because it is grounded. So VG is 5, VS is 0. So 5 minus 0 is 5. That is what is your VGS. 5 minus threshold voltage is given in the question 1 into VDS is given 0.1. How did you write VDS as 0.1? Because when you check the question, you have VDS 0.1. If VD is 0.1 means what is VDS? VDS is 0.1 minus 0. Again, that is 0.1 only. Okay. So instead of putting VDS, you have 0.1 minus half into VDS square is 0.1 square. So simply you put in the calculators and try to enter the things properly in the calculator, every brackets and all. Okay. Don't put as such. If you are confused with using calculators, first you solve the things which is in the bracket one by one. Okay. Don't put as such and get the answer wrong. Otherwise, if this is wrong means the further steps, the design steps and all, it will be wrong and the answer will be also wrong. You won't get any marks. Only you will get the marks for this equation. Final answer marks you will lose. So properly enter the things in the calculator and solve the. As of now, you have ID with you. So once you have ID, you can go for RD. Okay, because RD is, what is RD? As per the Ohm's law, resistance is potential difference divided by current. What is potential difference? VDD minus VD divided by ID. Okay, if potential difference by current is your resistance. So substitute the voltages divided by the current. That is 5 minus 0.1 divided by current value, whatever you have sold. Current is 0.395 milliampere. Milliampere means you need to convert into ampere. So into 10 to the power minus 3. So the answer will be in ohm. And that ohm can be converted into kilo ohm. That is 12.4 kilo ohm. Or else you don't put 10 to the power minus 3. Then obviously your answer will be in kilo ohms only. Okay. Keep it in mind that if the current is in milliampere, your resistance will be in kilo ohm. Understood? Or else if you want to convert it into ampere means your answer will be in ohm. So in that case, if the value of resistance is very large of ohmic value, then you need to convert it to kilo ohms. That's it. Okay. So that is a resistance value. So that complete your design means you are going to find the RD alone. Apart from that, you have one more sub question here. What is the effective resistance between drain and source at this operating point? I repeat, question was to design the circuit. The first part of the question was to design the circuit. Design means finding the unknown parameters in the given circuit. So when you observe in the given circuit, the only unknown parameters are RD. Already we have found out. Okay. After finding RD or after completing the design part, one more question you have. That question is to find the effective resistance between drain and source. Okay. Means the total resistance between the two terminals. Whenever you have an electronic product with you, you have the two terminals. So when you have the two terminals in it, always there exists a resistance across those two terminals. Okay, because it will have a finite current flow, or it will permit only a finite current flow across the two terminals. Means it will have a finite resistance also. That resistance is nothing but RDS, that is the resistance between two terminals, drain and source. Now that resistance is nothing but voltage divided by current. So resistance across two terminals means the voltage across the two terminals divided by the current. That is VDS divided by current. VDS is given 0.1. How VDS is 0.1? Because VDS is VD minus VS. VDS is VD minus VS, that is 0.1 minus 0. So 0.1 divided by the current whatever we have sold earlier. ID we have already sold, isn't it? That we can substitute here. So the answer will be 235. Okay. I've converted into ampere. So that is why my answer is in ohm. Or else you can put it in kilo ohm. That is 2553 by 1000. That will be very less only. 0.235 kilo ohm. Instead of writing a very less value in kilo ohm, it is better to put in high value in ohms. Okay. Is this question is clear? Here you have find the unknown resistance RD plus the total resistance between RDS. That is between the two terminals. Only difference is here ID is not given. In the earlier circuit and all, ID was given and you were supposed to find the terminal voltages either VG or VD. But in this question explicitly it is mentioned VD is 0.1 and VG already we know that VG and VDD is shorted together. So the voltage that you have applied here that will come over here. So you are not bothered about the terminal voltages here. It is already given. So the only unknown parameter is ID. Once you can solve this ID, you will get RD by simply applying the Ohm's law, potential difference by current. The logic behind this particular. Okay. Now, next, going to the next example. Design the circuit in figure 10. Figure 10. This is your figure. Okay. Design the circuit in figure 10 so that the transistor operates in saturation. Here, the main advantage of this question is already it is specified in the question that the region of operation is saturation. So you are not going to check the condition. Unlike the previous problems from example 1 to example 4, whatever you have done. In those problems, you have identified the region of operation and then you proceeded with the given conditions and solving the unknown parameters. But in this particular case, already in the question, it is given that the region of operation is saturation. Okay, so directly you can start with the equation corresponding to the given region. So here ID is given 0.5 milliamps, VD is 3 volt, and another difference is here the MOSFET is PMOS. Okay, in the earlier problems it was NMOS only. Here it is PMOS, PMOSFET. So normally the threshold voltage is going to be negative. That is the difference. Okay, don't get confused. If it is NMOS, the threshold voltage is positive. If it is PMOS, the threshold voltage is always negative. Means your channel is going to be induced only if you are applying a negative voltage for a PMOS. That is a specialty of threshold voltage. You understood the theory, no? What is the concept behind the threshold? Threshold voltage is a minimum voltage which is required to apply at the gate terminal so that the channel will get induced. For a PMOSFET, the minimum voltage is going to be negative only. It is nothing but your VT, that is minus 1 volt. Now, instead of writing Kn dash into W by L, here I have written Kp dash into W by L. Why Kp dash? Because it is mentioned like PMOS. It is not NMOS, it is PMOSFET. Therefore, I have written Kp dash here. Again, you are going to find the largest value that RD can have while maintaining the saturation region. Means the circuit given in the question, we need to operate the particular circuit in saturation region. For that, we need to design this RD. Means maximum value of RD. Maximum means we are not going beyond that particular value. Okay, the maximum permissible value of a particular resistance RD we are going to find. That particular value of RD is going to maintain your circuit in saturation. It will not go into triode region of operation. So for that, we are setting the RD to a maximum level. So you may ask what happens if RD goes beyond this particular value or beyond this maximum value. If by chance RD goes beyond a particular maximum value, then we can't ensure your MOSFET always in the saturation. It may go to the triode region. And what will happen if the region goes to triode? Means it cannot be applied for the intended applications. We have got certain applications, no, like switching purpose, amplification purpose, logic, digital memory. Like so many applications we have discussed in the introductory class. So with respect to those applications, we need to bias this MOSFET in a particular region. Understood? So for that only we are going to design the circuit. So here our objective is to find the maximum value of drain resistance RD that is confining our circuit in saturation region itself. Means it will not allow at any cost, it is not going to allow our circuit to go into triode region. Okay, So for that, we need to find the maximum value of RT. And the main speciality is that it is given that the operation region is saturation. So directly, you can take this particular formula without checking the condition. Directly, you can proceed to this equation. The equation for saturation. The difference is instead of Kn dash, I have written Kp dash. See, from the question, it is given that ID is equal to 0.5 milliampere. ID is 0.5 milliampere. So that 0.5 milliampere you have substituted here equal to half into what is Kp dash W by L. It is given Kp dash W by L is again 1 milliampere. So just you put 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 into VGS minus VT. VGS you have written as such because you don't know, you have to find this VGS minus VT. Minus of minus 1 is plus 1. Since VT is negative 1 volt, we'll be putting minus here. So minus of minus 1 is plus 1 volt. Now you just solve this mathematically. I hope you know this. Now you will find minus 1 is minus 2. VGS will be minus 2 volt. Okay. Why you have put a minus 1 here? VGS plus 1 the whole square is 1. I repeat, VGS plus 1 the whole square is 1. And what will happen if I remove the square root? I mean, if I remove the square, what you have to do? You have to take square root over here. What is square root of 1? Square root of 1 can be plus or minus 1. But here we will not consider plus 1. We will put minus 1 here. So you may ask, sir, why did you take plus 1 here? If I put plus 1 here means this plus 1 and plus 1 will get cancelled. So that VGS will become 0. That cannot be possible. VGS will become 0 only if gate and source is shorted together, isn't it? The two terminals, if they are directly connected with a perfect wire, then the potential difference between the two terminals is 0. But as far as this given circuit is concerned, here, did you find any short circuit between gate and source? No, you have a resistance in between. Okay, so in your mind, it should be there that VGS is not going to be 0. Okay, so for that, to remove the square, here you need to take square root. Square root of 1 is plus or minus 1. So for that, you will be putting minus 1. You will remove the plus 1 and you will be putting minus 1 over here. And that minus 1, this plus 1 will go to right side. So minus 1 of minus 1 is minus 2 volt. So you got VGS. Now, once you have VGS, the next thing is you will find VG and VS. Okay. You have VGS as VG minus VS. VG you have written as such. And what about VS? What about VS from the circuit? This is your circuit. And can you spot any difference between the previous MOSFET and this MOSFET? See, this is your source here. This is your gate and this is your drain. Okay. So here this source I have connected to VSS. This terminal I have connected to VSS means this source voltage is equal to VSS. So VS is equal to plus 5 volt. Understood? Here directly the source is shorted with the VSS. VSS is equal to plus 5 volt. So that plus 5 volt is coming to the source terminal. Okay. So here we will put 5 volt for VS, solve for VG. Minus 5 we can take to left side. So minus 2 plus 5 is 3 volt. So VG is 3 volt. Now you have VS with you and you have VG with you. What is VS? VS is 5 volt. Source is same as supply, isn't it? Because direct short circuit here. So VS is 5 volt and VG we have solved 3 volt. How did you solve VG? By finding the unknown VGS. And how did you find the unknown VGS? By using our saturation equation. Okay, all the parameters you have supplied, I mean, you have substituted and you have solved the unknown voltage VGS. After finding the unknown voltage VGS, you gone for the terminal voltages VG and now you are going to design the circuit. Now how we are going to design the circuit? So for this, what we will do is you have VGS with you, isn't it? You already have VGS with you. So across this gate and source, which resistance you can find in the circuit? Tell me. Across the gate and source, you can find one resistance. And what is that resistance? Anybody? Across gate and source, you can find one resistance. And what is that resistance? Just by observing the circuit.
RG1, sir.
Yes, good, good. RG1. It is RG1. So if you have two circuits in parallel, then the voltage across the two terminals will be same. Say if you have two terminals AB, you have two terminals CD, and these two terminals are parallelly connected, means their voltage will be same. So this voltage VGS, it will appear across RG1 also, because RG1 is connected between gate and source. Okay, so VGS is going to be same as RG1. But the thing is that VGS is negative of RG1. Why negative of RG1? As per the polarity of the circuit, it is shown that here it is plus, here it is minus. Okay, so VRG1 is equal to 2 volt. VGS is equal to minus 2 volt. So VGS is equal to minus of VRG1. VGS is equal to minus of VRG1. So it is equal to 2 volt. Now, if VRG1 equal to 2 volt, what will be the voltage across VRG2? You have the total voltage here in the figure. You have the total voltage. It is 5 volt. It is 5 volt supply, isn't it? It is plus 5 volt supply. Out of this plus 5 volt supply, 2 volt you got across RG1. Why 2 volt is across RG1? Because that 2 volt is same as that of VGS. Here, across gate and source, you are having RG. Across gate and source, you are having RG1. Okay, so the voltage across gate and source as of now it is 2 volt. So that 2 volt is coming across RG1. Okay, neglect this polarity. So that will become 2 volt. So totally you have 5 volt. So out of this 5 volt, you got 2 volt across RG1. So what is the remaining voltage? The remaining voltage is yes 3. So that 3 volt will appear across RG2. So that is what is mentioned here. So VRG1 is 2 volt and VRG2 equal to 3 volt. And can anybody tell why we found out this VRG1, VRG2? Why we found this VRG1 and VRG2? Can anybody tell or guess? Our objective was to find RG1 and RG2.
RD, sir, to find RD, we have to find both.
Yes, correct, correct, correct. See, within 1 minute, this meeting is going to be logged out. So I'll send the second link. So to find RG1